Michael, the First Lady, Michael, has been one of the people who's been urging Biden to hang in there, not to quit. But there are reports coming out that that may be changing. Is that what you're hearing?
No, that's not what I'm hearing. I'm not surprised that she does want him to move forward. I think this is sort of in her DNA. She doesn't like to see him giving up, and he doesn't like to give up on anything. That's sort of been the story of his life. And Dr. Biden, in particularly, I think, was pretty scarred by 1987. They had been married for 10 years by that point, but she had only known him to be a celebrated figure and had never seen his integrity, his intentions, or his character questioned before. And getting out of that race, being driven out, they felt, by the press, the polls, and the pundits then, was a devastating experience for the both of them. And I think they've learned and they've experienced along the way since that they were going to fight.
Chris, President Biden is really isolated right now, as I said at the top of the show, both physically and politically, as he recovers from COVID at his house in Delaware. Who's with him? Is it just the First Lady? Are his closest advisors with him? Who is he listening to as he, tries to make this decision over this weekend? There's so much reporting out there that it's going to happen this weekend, this decision, and really with the political calendar, it needs to.
Yeah, well, color me skeptical about all of these reports that say that the family is talking about it's when, not if, and they're talking about exit strategies and so forth. I think that he relies on a very narrow circle of close advisors, as Michael knows. One of them, Ted Kaufman, his longtime friend with whom he used to ride on Amtrak every day, is the one who essentially told him in 1987 that it's time to step aside. So there's Jill, there's certainly the family, and I'm sure he's talking to Hunter and to Val, his sister, this weekend.
And Chris, you know all these people from your reporting. How honest are they being with him?
Well, look, I think they're being pretty honest. I've been told that a couple of the family members have actually been a little bit wobbly about going forward. They've said that they don't want to see Joe hurt or damaged, his legacy irretrievably damaged. So I think that they're probably having a really good talk about it. Look, I mean, I wrote a book about called "The Gatekeepers" about White House chiefs of staff, and the most important thing they can do is tell the president what he doesn't want to hear.
Right.
Let's hope that he's getting some really truthful, tough advice.
Michael, this isn't just an important political decision for him, but a deeply personal one. You say leaders Pelosi and Schumer and Jeffries first tried to do what it's now being played out publicly with literally, a couple more hours, another congressman polls his support and calls for him to step down. You say that actually Democratic Party leadership tried to do this privately first and were dismissed.
Yeah, look, this is as a Democrat, as a former Biden staffer, and someone who has a lot of affection for both Dr. B and her family. It's heartbreaking to see this, but yes, I think what you saw was Pelosi, Jeffries, Schumer, separately, each of them, really try to do this privately because they love and care about the president as well. And then when it felt like their concerns were dismissed and he wasn't listening, you saw a well-coordinated effort to leak those meetings very intentionally. And that was them sending a kind of a message loud and clear to the president and trying to turn the volume up on him that those leaks are the only thing now standing in the way between them and big microphones. Because this will escalate. This could escalate by next week if there are more members coming out, and it's Elizabeth, House members don't start polling usually until just before Labor Day. Well, House members have now been forced to start polling now, and they're feeling pretty powerless because they're getting back those results, and it's not good because usually polling guides what you should be doing. Instead, it's telling them what somebody else should be doing.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.